bring up the PDF. Let's have a look.
All right,
There's heaps to talk about, Mosh. Come on, man. There's heaps.
So, hold on. Where's my downloads folder? Oh my god, sorry. Wrong browser window. So Morty went through and he summarized everything we know about flashpoints, right? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, summarized in a long form. So it's
all right. We got 30 pages.
Not really summarized, but it's long form.
So we got multi-month series of events, 3 2-month arcs, invasions 2.0 style of building, fighting on multiple front. Oh, but what does that actually mean though? Like when they say fighting, does that mean that like these things are just coming in and attacking my mining ships? And I gotta like be there and defend them while I'm mining? Or does it just mean that there's like, instead of going to the same system you've always gone to, you now have to go to one of 5 different systems?
Yeah, I think they're just going to pick random stuff and they're going to change the gameplay of random stuff as well. That's what I imagine. Like there's multiple images they hinted at within the videos to say maybe they're going to change arenas, maybe they're going to change incursions. Like I feel there's going to be a lot of multi stuff that potentially is just going to be this day is this or this day is that, but we'll see how much of it actually is going to happen.
So it's okay. Let's take a look at the map, right? Compared to this one, it's here. It's in this empty space. That the new entity has crash landed here and like moved some dots around. What's that?
For now.
For now, and then it will move maybe.
For now, yeah.
So like here, and then like shove this border a little bit.
You can already see that there's
places.
Look at the images. Look at your actual map now. What's that red stuff?
This stuff? Yeah, the background, the cosmic, like the red dust. Okay, but that isn't gameplay, my brother.
Is it starting already?
So we can see that's what's. Okay, that's cool. Like, okay, that's like releasing an 11-minute video about how like, when it's like noon and the clock tower in the town of Brill in the Silver Pine storing area dings 12 times. Like, that's cool. That's part of your world building, but that's like a thing. That's like the shadows on a texture. Like that should just be there. It's not a thing that you like. What's the gameplay mechanic? Like, I mean, I know that they're on purpose teasing us about, like, not telling us, which is also fine, but like expecting me to be hyped because you told me that you're gonna like put purple dust, like pink dust, in my fake 2D map that like I don't interact with in any way other than zoom in. Like this could have been an Excel spreadsheet for all I care, and it would have entirely the same functionality, which is send ship or view system.
Yeah,
that's like I got 2 buttons for interacting. Like, as I imagine it right now, what's going to happen is I'm going to log in like a week from now. This is going to be my loop. I'm going to log in. I'm going to be looking at events and I'm going to be like typing in a live chat, hey, where do I got to go for like dust collection this time? And then somebody would be like, link a system. And I'll just click that link and I'll go. And then once my ship's there, I'll click it out again like 2 minutes later and click mine. And that will be that. The time it took to make that video, I feel like could be better. Like I get it. They're not different teams doing different things, but like
we'll wait and see. It very well could be what you're saying, where it's just like hey, there's an instance milestone for the whole server. Do this, do that, and you finish it, and we'll move on. But we'll wait and see. Like I'm optimistic about this.
Okay, so I've given my Debbie Downer like grumpy bear instant reaction. What was your reaction before like you talked to me or whatever? Like you said you're pretty excited, right?
I'm still excited. Like we'll go through the whole 30 pages, Mosh, and then Like you can pull some stuff out, and I feel there's some really big points in there that, and even APAL's alluded to like quite a few of the different things that are coming out too. So I'm excited. It's going to be interesting. And 2 months as well. Like the reason why they do 2-month arcs, they've said in an interview before where basically the same team can only work on, and this is more annoying about their internal processes, on the same arc for 2 months in a row before they have to hand over to another team if they're doing more than 2 months. So for me, 3 by 2 month arcs just means that, hey, single teams will work on this the whole way through for that arc.
What is that?
But yeah, internal processes, Mosh, like you said before.
Well, no, I mean, so like, what does that meant? Like, one team working on an arc and then a different team working on a different arc. What has that meant for us in the game in the past? Like, what's an implication of that?
Everything they've worked on for that 2 months, and then they go, okay, third team, here's everything we've done. Now you do what you need to do, but build off of what we've done before. So that's how you can get some of the words changing or some of the vision changing, because it's a completely different team from the first team that worked on the first 2 months of it. So the third month can sometimes be
like,
quite
has
different.
it felt jarring in between arcs? Like, oh, we were just doing this, now we're doing this other thing?
My memory's not that great. I can't really remember, but yeah, there's differences in terminology. That's probably the biggest thing.
Gotcha. So like, there'll be more continuity in the narrative, because right now it's like,
yeah, I think so.
What did we have before the con? It was the retaliation cruise with like Specialist 7, right? And that was the storyline there. And then it was like Khan breaking into from a different unit reality, and the two have nothing to do with each other. Is that so? Like the idea is this will be more narratively cohesive for the people who like care about the missions and stuff. There'll be build up like 1, 2, 3 trilogy.
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay. So Transigen is the new resource, right? And they said it was to consolidate specialized loops or specialty loops. Was it specialized loops?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard they were specialized, but I could be wrong there. But yeah, could it be like freebooters mining? Basically, like you mine one resource and you can use it for or crystal or gas or maybe something like that to consolidate. Like, I think that's really cool. And they also spoke about like launch day exclusive rewards. So like you might get something for being there on day one. And I think, yeah, just being present, I think we're present anyway. So reward me for being there.
Yeah, I mean, but they do that always. Don't they always have a launch day gift? Like every arc?
True.
So like when I see transitions, I think, okay, there'll probably be a new ship that will mine it at a like ridiculously fast rate, and you can use your cell key to mine the stuff or whatever you use to hazard mine right now. It's gonna be probably G5 or G6 like exclusive. It's probably G6. Like G5 can do it, but like it's like play acting. Like you're not really getting any benefits unless you're G6.
Yeah.
So that's what I expect. I expect the new ship to be 100 days minimum grind or $100. And I expect like it to be like excruciatingly slow for everybody else who'll be using like their regular G4, G5 monitors or whatever. I mean, I will say that like I have basically completely neglected my mining ships to zero detriment of my gameplay, right? I'm still using my G4 miners and it has no impact. I have no reason to make G5 miners or like eventually I'll make a cell key when I'm in G6, but like right now, mining is so unimportant that it's kind of like a trap. Kind of the same way that away teams were irrelevant. So if this is like their attempt at making mining more interesting, sure. I think it would be cool if mining was a lot faster and you had to like cleanse a system. Like the whole server had to work together to like cleanse a system. And it like took a certain amount of effort that we had to kind of decide on what we were going to focus our efforts on. And then once we accomplished that milestone, then that system became available. So we could together work on pushing the max so we could mine in that system. Since that's like the first thing that comes to my mind, I predict there's a 0.05% chance of that actually being the case. But if I'm wrong, I'll be excited. If it's actually like some sort of thing where through our effort and coordinated assault, focus on a zone, we can then make that zone usable for the whole server, that will be cool. I think it will get boring after a while, but it will be cool for the first month or week or two.
Yeah, we can talk about the ships that they use for mining as well in the video when we get to the screenshots portion. Most likely arcs as well, like Origins, Strange New Worlds, and Enterprise. So we do know through the video, Strange New Worlds is prominent, and there were some nods to Enterprise that we'll go through as well.
What's
Origins? For me, potentially could be, okay, he's like, it could be just the arc, if you know what I mean. It could be Transigen Origins, like that's the arc. I don't know if it's going to be specifically tailored to anything, or well, maybe right? House Horak or something. But
like in the, for example, in the recruit store section thing here, when you go to recruit discovery officers, there's Origins stamets, Origins Star, Origins.
Oh, you're right, they did.
So I don't know if that's like,
ooh,
because they did do an S31 thing, and like, and it's all about promotions, right? Like, yeah, I don't know if there's a like, is there?
So it could be the second one then, which is
Discovery at all? Is there going to be a new season for Star Trek Discovery? Is that show still going?
Finished.
Oh, it's finished. Okay.
As far as I'm aware, but they've hinted that they might be coming back to Discovery though, so it could be Discovery in there as well at some point. I'm really hoping there's a crossover. It's got to be a crossover somewhere in the next 6 months. So it could be like Strange New Worlds Enterprise crossover or something like that. We'll see. And yeah, from this image, the picture of the ship, whatever ship that is, not 100% sure what it looks like. I tried to get like AI to kind of tell me, and I was trying to like look at different images, but I couldn't work out
nerds in the
exactly
chat, guys.
What this one could have been.
What's this ship? Anybody know which Enterprise or whatever this is? Or is this the, like, this is not the Reliant, is it? Or the Titan, or one of you has a model of this in your room right now. Look at the bookshelf next to your computer, you rich, like 70-year-old Trek nerd that's watching me right now, and just tell me what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. There's more ships that we could talk about as well going forward. Yeah, the insignia, so House Horak, that's what it looks like. And yeah, whether it's a new class of ship that's introduced, we'll have to wait and see. I don't mind the insignia. I like, if to me, looking at the insignia thing, going, okay, if they can put an insignia on these specialty ships, can we get an insignia on our ships? Can we start having even our alliance on our ships, or something cool like that, just to be like, here's our thing? So I think that would be cool.
Wait, where are you getting that from? Just because they like, where's the insignia here? Or where did you get that image from?
From the video. So when the Klingon ships are flying through in the video, they zoomed in on the insignia for like a half a second or something. Yeah, I did a DJs on this. Basically, I paused every like second frame. I was like, "What's here? What's there?" So this took me a while to actually go through the video myself. But I'm glad I did it outside of like live, because yeah, no one wants to see that.
I see. Okay, so you got their insignia. It looks like a upside down survey, but not really, because it's like curved. So
yeah, true, it does. Yeah.
Is House Horak like in any of the shows? Is it in any of the lore? There you go. I told you there was one nerd in my chat who knew. Powell says that's a Neo-Constitution class ship, so the Titan is accurate, or at least the Picard Season 3 ships. There you go. Let's...
Can we bring up that image and see? Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I'm going to bring up...
I'm excited. Thanks, Pal. Can always trust you've got the knowledge. Yeah, good to see you, Tacos and Brett there as well. Good to see you.
What, Brett? What's the DS9 that like different mechanic that you're talking about? I wasn't around for that one. Like, I know that you're answering my question, but like, what was the actual mechanic? So this is the Titan. It's
It does look like the Titan, doesn't it?
Yeah, like even this here, like the nacelles, but it's not exactly the Titan. It's different, right?
So it could be like a refit or maybe a new version of a ship.
I see what you're saying, Brett. Yeah. But honestly, like a lot of that stuff, it doesn't even have to be the same team doing 3 consecutive arcs. It could just be like literally those teams have a weekly meeting where they just show each other their work and they're aware of it. And so like if you're using Times New Roman, I'll use Times New Roman also. Cool. Let's go. Like it's I don't know. To me, it seems like every time I hear about the STFC team, I'm like, do they work on planet difficult mode where everything is complicated? Like, why are things that just seem so basic to me become these like big things? And then like,
yeah, welcome in. Meet Bicycle as well. Good to see you too.
Comic Sans, ban him.
So that's like the generic screen they kind of showed.
That's the Alliance B.
But arenas, like they've got arenas there, 37 minutes. You can see, Syndicate 30 there, so it doesn't look like there's going to be an increase to Syndicate. Alliance Autonomous was running on the test server, of course, as well. But for me, having arena specifically called out in the video makes me hopeful about arenas just in general, that yes, they're going to do maybe something with transition in arenas, change up the gameplay, put effort back into it, because they haven't given us anything for months. So I'm actually quite excited about changes to arenas. And in here, the other picture as well, the squads, like, again, it's test server. Again, maybe this is old footage, but back to 5v5s, possibly. Like, how awesome would that be? Like, just changing up the gameplay again.
This is I'm gonna bet you like 2 million Latinum that this is just because it used to be 5v5 and they just put some filler b-roll. But if you're right,
I'll tell you the bet. I'll give you 2 million. I'll give you 2 million Latinum for sure. But I like to be hopeful. Like, why put it in the video if again it can be old for sure, but why put it in the video? Why specifically call it arenas?
Where, do you remember where the video was?
I think it was near the beginning. It could have been made 6 months ago as well, Ryan, for sure.
There it is.
Something else there then. Why specifically call out arenas? It's like, why talk about it?
Boy, what are they talking about this scene?
Why show the image?
Because they said war. Competition and conflict. They're showing an example of how their game has competition and conflict. And arena is like the gladiatorial combat of this game. That's it. That's all that is.
I'm gonna hold hope.
I'm gonna just
okay. I'm gonna hold hope. I'll still give you 2 million Latinum if I'm wrong, though. I'll hold hope.
That's fine. That's fine. I will be pleasantly. You know what? If you're right, I will do a happy dance on stream, on camera. I will do a little dance. Okay. as a not as a potato.
Awesome. Yeah, no public squad listed as well. Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to move forward, but I'm going to hold hope that there's going to be changes to arenas.
Let's rub Mord's face in his in his optimism, and let's remind him that the world is shit and there's no reason to be excited or happy.
Yeah. So this screenshot again, basically like they're showing PvP, like they want you to be fighting players for the resources and stuff, potentially, but we'll wait and see because you probably mine it anyway and all of that. So if we scroll to the next one, then we can kind of pull this image apart.
Wait, hold on. There's level 63 players in the system. Like this is a 68 and two 63s. I can't tell what level that is, and the hostiles are 32. So is this going to be a repeat of the augment hostiles where like my 56 ass that can like
100%.
That can, you know, the guys that are scoring top 5 in RSLVs can't kill something of the same level. Like I can't kill I can't operate in the 56 augment system even now with all the favors and stuff. So like, is it just going to be where like the highest a 63 can kill is a 32, just to make them feel even more inadequate? Is that
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
That's a rhetorical
Shows
question.
that potentially it's
I'm just
going to be. Sorry, Mosh.
You're fine. I'm mostly just throwing shade and not actually being constructive. So next week, Ward's gonna be like, no, and I'll be the positive one.
So yeah, like we can go through it. Imagine if I'm negative. Syndicate 65. So that's a definite increase.
Man, you actually
whether
broke
or not
this shit
that
down,
comes
didn't
within
you?
the first.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. What do you? Why do it if I'm not going to do it properly?
It's impressive.
Yeah. So whether this is in the first month, second month, or third month of it. So, revenge hostiles as well. So that 32 with the fire symbol, that's chasing the player too. So I don't know if there's some kind of new faction that, again, with revenge hostiles you need rep. There's loot goblins with mining as well, potentially, like the 31 surveys that are there too. Whether they provide X amount of extra stuff or not. There are hazard systems, also non-hazard systems. And so they're basically mining, armadas, and PvP and PvE all in the same system. And exocomp slots are going from 7 to 9 as well. So there's quite... So who knows what different versions of exos we're getting. We all got that exo ticket for the exocomp building again. So definitely there's got to be exocomp ticket 2 coming to allow us to get it from 51 to 70 or 60. Or potentially there's a new building that could come instead. So yeah, very excited to see at least the syndicate change, because I know some people are maxed out.
So yes. It'll be cool to be able to do alliance tournaments again. So
yeah, that too. That was a big change. Like I never thought about that for alliance tournaments. Go ahead.
Nothing. So it's like I was just so syndicate's going to 65, probably sooner rather than later. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it's right out the gate we have it. Otherwise, I don't think they would have put it in the screenshot. And then chasers, we talked about hostile special boost because of this little icon here. Is that reminds you of the mantis?
For sure, yeah. So whether there's other versions of that, but definitely it's there.
And then we definitely saw, like, multiple times in the video, I saw a hazard. So that's happening. And then, so the exocomps, when we got that gift recently, I just assumed it was going to unlock the 6-star or whatever, but then it didn't. So what was the purpose behind it? Like, were there some people who had literally never got the original exocomp? Like, it was just like a way to root that out, or what?
I think so. Yeah, I think that potentially were people who never got because it was a claim you had to do at the time. And if people didn't click the claim, they couldn't start the building. So I think that's just a way where they can reset all players now and go, hey, we're going to upgrade this exocomp building. Make sure you can actually build it in the first place.
Okay. All right. So new event type, 7-day metas. Where did you get that from?
Yeah. So the same image as above. So if you look at the middle image there, we're engaged 6 days, 23 hours. So that's the screenshot after basically. Okay. So I don't know what kind of blue gas it is or anything like that. But yeah, definitely looks like there's going to be a shift in event styles, whether that's the IMS being a 7-day event or I'm not completely sure. And then the hazard being Tempest, as we can see, Transigen Tempest being at 20%. So,
what does that mean
to you? I'm not sure what kind of damage that's going to be.
Transigen Tempest means something to you, right?
So currently we've got 4 types of We've got 4 types of things. So we've got radiation, we've got the asteroid fields, we've got I can't remember what the other one is, and then the nameless. So they're kind of damage systems that when you're in the system, they're just going to damage you regardless. And 100% to 500% is where they are at the moment. So being at 20% kind of is a bit low unless the damage input is significantly higher. Ion storms, thanks, Brett. Yeah, that's the other one I missed. So there is research that you do get in G6 to mitigate some of that, and your Vindicator as well has base, research for hazard resistance too. But Tempest, Transigen, or Transigen and Tempest could either be variable, like Brett has said, or it could be a new form of hazard damage that is actually coming in. So, we'll need to either research that, or maybe that's where the exocomps come in.
For those of us who don't know much about hazard,
quite low.
Quite low. Like, does anyone know what the Chimera
there's a
space
screenshot
is?
further down in the PDF.
Because I have experience with that one. Like I've watched my ship's health bar go down very slowly when I'm doing chimeras. So that would be my yardstick.
Mm.
This one here. It's another Transigen Tempest.
You missed over to Poe. You got too far.
Oh, you said a screenshot further.
Go back. The screenshot. Oh, sorry. No. Like we're getting like it's way further down. We'll get back to it. Okay. Yeah, like the avatar. It's the Poe.
Okay, but that doesn't mean there's a new officer.
So,
but I guess it's a good guess.
Yeah,
it's a good guess. Fine.
And the projectile as well. Like I haven't seen that type of projectile damage too. So who knows? We'll probably get new projectiles as well that will come into the game.
That's to Pring, not to Paul, sir. You just got nerd checked.
Okay.
Shame.
I did. Yes.
Shame.
Thank you. I appreciate that being called out and being wrong. That's fine. I'm happy to be wrong. So yeah, to Pring. I'm excited. New officers. Like, yeah.
I need a bell.
Okay, we can move on.
No, we're shaming you right now.
Okay.
So, okay, what do we see here? These are...
Yeah, this is the other screenshot.
These are the new invading entities, I guess. They have their own little logo.
Yeah, so they got the Flash. Yeah, so the Flash name. So much like invading entity
mob,
or Krenum,
they're armadas.
Flash will be the new...
They come out of nowhere. They're really annoying. They film themselves, and then they think they're really cool. And they make documentaries about themselves before they're released. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I get it, for sure.
Flash.
Yeah, so we can go to the next slide, because I think that breaks down the image a bit more.
Rare and epic.
Yeah, so is it going to be a DC crossover, or is Flash... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, DC crossover. That's what we wanted. You know, the new resource will actually be kryptonite, because we have to defend ourselves from Superman.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, these are the Klingon people they talked about, right?
Yeah, so they're showing rare and epic. I can't see ships being in the Armada there as well. So whether or not there's going to be swarmish armadas, or I'm not sure how the armadas are going to look. But yeah, couldn't see any uncommon there as well. So yeah, not too sure exactly what's going to happen there. And the level 32 system they showed was a non-hazard system. So there's going to be some non-hazard systems. So even if you don't have the resources, probably where you're going to start.
Okay, so G3 players will be allowed
hostiles and develop
to exist
like
without
either exocomps or research or something. So
without their ships getting blown up. Okay.
Yes,
that's good to know.
Yep. So let's talk about the dropship. So we can see the image of the dropship here. It's quite low in power, but it's definitely looking like it's going to have some cascade eventually apex range percentage on the
low in power for a 40 or low in power?
That's what yellow diamond says. I don't know, because like the way they do like like attack weapons and stuff and damage. Who knows? Who knows what power probably just means low hull or low shield, but that's probably not significant in terms of how strong the actual hostile's going to be.
Well, because just as a point of reference, the augment hostiles that are level 40 are 127. So that, I mean, that's like a third of that power, or less than half. So that is something to go off.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can't use a cube on them, or maybe
below showing the Suliban transport. So,
but in this screenshot there is a cube, so I don't know if a cube like attacked one of them. But then again, a level 70 cube with all this fancy stuff would have probably one-shot this, because that's what you see when you cube something, right?
Yeah, but you can't use the beam.
Or is this only
no, that's only when that means no beam.
Okay,
so
got it. Sorry.
So if you look at the D7s in augment space, you can see the no beam system, the no beam button on them as well. So I don't know if you want to have a look at that now or another time. But Suliban transport, so Suliban from Enterprise, and being a transport, who knows? It comes up as battleship in the image. So definitely Enterprise crossover for sure.
Okay. 3-star.
And it did contain 3-star Suliban, 3-star transigen.
These things?
That's also got active abilities, whether it's
ISO Cascade and Apex. Oh, this.
Yeah,
this
so I think the Suliban ISO Cascade and Apex Barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, obviously, but from the images of what we've seen before, potentially is that.
I expect all new hostiles to have, like, with the power creep in the game, I expect all new hostiles to have some crazy abilities, like we saw with Elite or with Wave Defense mobs and with Augment, just to make the new stuff kind of challenging and threatening. Does that make sense? Transigen. They were using a cell key, but that could also just as well be because the test account they use is like jacked, and they use like the best mining ship.
Yeah, it could be for sure.
So this is the current map. This is today, and then this is their map, right? Did you spot any other differences besides? Like, I mean, there's a lot.
No, I couldn't really. But the missions, the missions as well in certain places kind of went to those systems the other day. I couldn't see anything new in them either. They've added more systems, of course. And when they said it's going to come in a certain way, I imagine like the Singularity Apex is right next to that system or close to that system in the screenshot. So I imagine potentially it's coming through the Singularity to start, essentially. So there's kind of an in-game way that this can happen through that. So there was nothing there when I went there the other day, but to me, it's close enough to where the actual transigen is going to come from. So, yeah.
This system here? Okay.
Maybe we'll see something there with the Apex, Singularity Apex. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like it's hard for me to get too into it because like I feel like systems in Star Trek mean nothing. It's just a travel timer. Because it's like on a warp range, and that's really it. Like if like you had to like go to like in EVE Online where you got to use the Stargate to go from this system to that system, and people could intercept you at the gate, or if like there were long and short routes and you had to decide to take the safe path or the fast path. Like I feel like I would care a lot more about the map if it was, like if it impacted my decision making more, I guess. So we'll have to see how like they're clearly trying to make the map important. I can't tell if it's like they just want people to log in and not feel like it's the same boring thing they've done 100 times, or if it's actually like they're trying to make, I don't know, control of the map more interesting and like impactful. So we'll see.
Yeah, and they said it's the first iteration of it. So again, who knows what version 4, 5, or 6 of this actually looks like. And then, yeah, we saw the whole system being the new house, whether that's a new alliance type or a new faction type, potentially with new stuff. And I just thought the image was cool of all the different like transigen rocks and stuff. So I thought that was cool. And then the slide after, we can kind of talk about hazard space if you want to do that as well. So on the left is the 340% defense to whatever hazard this is, and 20% damage.
So 340%.
On the right is my research with Iron Storm level 3.
Is that the players?
Yes. Yeah, so if you read,
like if I click, I'll get a different number, or what?
The players, yes.
Okay.
Yes, you would. So my ship on the right has a defense base resistance 45% and additional Iron Storm resistance 50% to that system. So my defense is 95% out of 300 there. So I'm going to take damage per 1% of ship's hull health every 5 seconds, 300% of base damage. So basically, we can see before we get into the system, if we've been there before, what our defense is and how much damage we're going to take. So we'd be able to click on that little icon there when it goes live to see where we stack up.
Okay, well,
so something to keep in mind for sure.
I have no defense whatsoever. Is that something that just starts in G6 or what?
Yeah, it's G6 hazard research. So,
except for specialty ships, like my protector has hazard for
and that as well.
Okay. And they talked about the multi-arc
just Pike being there. Yeah.
When does the new Strange New World season start? Is it already started?
It's definitely very close.
Someone in chat will know, surely. Okay.
I think it's this month. But again, I'm going to get caught out for not knowing. But yeah.
Looks like you did some sleuthing. And
I struggled as well with this.
Yeah.
I tried to. Yeah. So, it looks like,
this is the
Defiance in there. I don't know if this is the Voyager or if it's a different kind of ship as well.
Isn't this the Enterprise A?
It does look like it, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, that's the Kelvin Enterprise A, and then the one at the front kind of looks like the original series Enterprise, but I don't know.
Yeah,
and whether or not like the Enterprise D or E, maybe there's Enterprise F in there somewhere too.
I mean, my guess is there's a bit of copy pasting going on.
And the Steam Runner, yeah. So Meet Bicycle, I put this into ChatGPT and Copilot as well, and they both of them brought up the Steam Runner. So the Steam Runner is like a little transporty ship with a cool design. So whether or not it is a Steam Runner or whether or not it's just copy paste badly and it just looks bad. But again, the main guy's image, his t-shirt had different versions of ships on them. So that's why I put that there for reference too, where you see like the Akira in there as well. So whether or not he's hinting at what the new ships are going to be, definitely I thought that was quite interesting. But I think Steam Runner in the game, it's like mining as well, I think, from its definition. So it'd be quite cool actually to see them introduce something like that. And it'd definitely be a specialty ship, 100%.
Was this in DS9 or like where? Sorry, for First Contact DS9. Okay. Sorry about that.
Klingon wise, they couldn't really pull much more.
Just Klingon stuff.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I couldn't pull much more out of it. I was like, yeah, they look familiar. I don't see anything. And yeah, you clocked it already. Complete the first milestone of the Invasion IMS. So they're combining events with, what are they called? Missions. Basically, it's like if you do the mission, then you move in the event.
Like instead of having events and missions, we're going to have like missions that require you doing an event. Holy innovation, Batman.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, good job. Like, no one cares about that. The fake categories you created for tasks I gotta do are gonna reference each other. That's not fundamentally. They're like, this is just this is a one-time reward on doing a thing that's gonna repeat. That's basically it, right? Because like the first time you complete it would be like instead of a 30-day SMS or a infinity day SMS, they just have a mission. Like the only difference between a mission and an event is missions don't have a time limit. But this says this week. So this mission does have a time limit. So why isn't it just a fuck?
Which is where the 7-day event, yeah.
So why isn't this
just
an
SMS?
SMS?
Comes from? So it's separate to the event.
I don't know. Different UI. It's fine. You know what? The events page has been overloaded for a long time. Put it in the missions page. Whatever. It's good.
I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I just think it's silly.
Like these are fake meta categories they created. They don't get to congratulate themselves if one of their It's like if I add 2 tabs to your spreadsheet, and in my second tab I say go see tab 3, and in tab 3 I say go see tab 1. I can't be like I've tripled the amount of work I've done. No, you just put them in different places. Like I'm in control of all of it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Just give us a new event UI that's less
32 plus,
cluttered, easier to navigate. Yeah. So these are the new currencies that we saw, right?
Yeah.
And it's with 3 stars. So this is something that like early game player, like G3 players should be able to access in some. It's a level 32. So this isn't something that's only going to be 50 plus. Because with some of the stuff I've heard recently, right? Them trying to push people out of G4 and into G5 and like, oh, you want to be able to access the new content. I was a little worried that like this month we're going to get something that everybody below 50 wouldn't even be able to touch. But that seems to not be the case.
Yeah, at least some kind of entry point for sure. All right, I found the QA box, Mosh. That's where it is. Right? When you put a suggestion in, it's going to sit behind that person, and they're going to pick it up manually and go, what does this say? There's the box, all right? That's where it is. We know it's there now. And everyone at Scoplay, they work like me. Look at that computer. Look at the tabs. Look how many tabs are open on that computer screen down there.
Amateurs. Amateurs. Look at this. Like, just look at this. I got tabs within tabs. Oh, you guys can't see it. Hold on. I got tabs within tabs, baby. My tabs are cascading. My tabs are just icons. And then, like, they have categories. And then within those categories, there's different. Get out of here. Bunch of amateurs. You can still read the text here. That's nothing. Also, I'm in the QA box. I'm here to...
Yeah, exactly. I can see. Yeah, and Enterprise was on their desk, and
I'm just a walking complaint
as well. That was on their desk too.
Just let me at them. I'll tell them all the things they're doing wrong.
Imagine if you were literally there as a potato in that QA box. Like I'd watch that TV series for sure. Like
just like me, like stuck in a QA box that's stapled to a whiteboard, watching them work and just yelling my mind out. No, it doesn't matter that it's an event or a mission. What matters is that there's a time limit. Okay? You've not broken the definitions you have because, like, in your unintuitive, like, cluttered ass UI, there are some things that are consistent. One of which is missions are forever, events are transient. You're not making a transient mission. What is wrong with you? It would be like if Windows started putting an X where, like, if you press it, it minimized the window. That's not what the X does. That's what this button does. Like, you establish definitions, you need to stick to them. All right.
Can you make a potato QI like chatbot or something, Mush? Like, I'd love that just my everyday life. Just be like, oh, I don't want to do anything today, and then I'll click the chatbot, and you just like yell at me to get stuff done. Like that would actually work for me. I think, just make it happen.
Just a critical, like your own pocket.
I don't know.
Critical potato. Everyone needs a critical potato.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why are you signaling? Sure. There's no one else in this road. Are you just doing it to make yourself feel better? Like, are you signaling to the drones in the sky? Like, are you virtue signaling to like the non-existent pedestrians? Like, what is? You're switching lanes on a 4-lane road with no one in 6 miles of you because you're in Australia and nobody lives there except for spiders. and marsupials.
Do you know what that reminds me of though, Mosh? Like,
What?
you know that Simpsons episode where Bart has the Krusty Clown doll, where it's like evil on one side and you flick it over to good? Maybe the potato doll or the potato AI chatbot can have Toxic Streamer and you could flip it back to Hypecaster. So I think those two would definitely be cool.
I see. It's been a long road ahead. Greatest theme song of all time. What if?
Yeah, getting from there to here.
Oh my God, you made a table. Or ChatGPT made you a table.
GPT made me a table, yeah. So Marvel's What If, yeah. I mean, it fits, but yeah, there really was nothing super interesting I could pull out from here, except for the fact, where is What If used in like a TV series or a movie?
I mean, the What If is like alternate
I'd love
universes.
to hear people's thoughts.
It's the lazy writer's like favorite tool, right? What if on a different timeline this thing happened, rather than like trying to like that's I mean, we've been doing a what if. Like, isn't the con arc already one of those? Like, you can just count on them to do
it is
the same trope they've done before.
All these missions and events have been what if, really.
Yeah, it's some of those spiders are big enough to need a lane. Fair point, Brett. Fair point. But you know, Marvel's What If is like the closest. Like, if this was actually a hint, but then like, there's no way there's a Disney Marvel collab with Paramount Plus. It's like impossible. Yeah. So,
no, exactly.
I don't even know what's Fringe and Sliders. I feel so uncultured right now. You have a checkbox.
Sliders is like a 90s TV show, basically, where you have to use What If in the title. Yeah, Sliders, like, he goes through alternate realities of the world. It's really cool, like a really old TV series that I'm working my way through. It's worth a watch for sure.
I recognize this guy. That's Gimli from the Lord of the Rings. He's also the tree ant, the tree guy, the ant, the great Treebeard. He's Treebeard.
Oh,
he's the voice of he's super giga talented. You want to know what TV show that just made me like? I thought for a second it was this Spellbinders. This is an Australian show, right?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Maybe not. This is a show I watched when we lived in Australia, and so I always associate.
Have you seen Spellbinders?
Maybe that's.
Oh.
Maybe I'm remembering the name wrong. I don't know.
I'm also uncultured, so.
All right. There's Spike.
Yeah, it's Strangely Worlds.
Yeah, these
Enterprise
ships?
A or Enterprise. Yep. Look at that hair. Classic Ensign mount. Yep. So I'm assuming they're House Horak.
So yeah, where was this
happening?
Where did you see that?
It's at the end. The very end.
Flashpoint coming soon. Oh. No, that's not. No.
It is. Come on. It is. Look, the starbase is exactly the same. That's for
STFC sure a starbase right there.
It's the
but that's
same
a graphic
image.
They made back in the DS9 days, and they're just reusing it. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean they're going to revisit an old decrepit system.
You tell me about the 2 million Latinum. We'll make it 10 million.
Bro, like these away missions that they like, all they did was literally add one new type of away mission. They hinted at it and bragged about it for 2.5 months. Oh, coming up this year, we're gonna revamp some existing systems. You guys are gonna be so excited about it. Like blah blah blah. And then it's like, oh, we're not even gonna get to use that currency for G5 ships. Like, I feel like if starbases are coming, the word starbase would have been uttered at some point, leaked, like hyped something. But you know, I would love to be wrong. I think
they did. They talked about it in the Q&A.
Oh, they did? Where?
The little Mosh Potato little box Q&A. They talked about revisiting old things like starbases.
Did they say the word starbase?
9 coming back, but yeah. Now I can't specifically remember from I got to find that PDF I did about the Q&A one, but
okay.
I think that surely this is on the cards.
They're going to give you an unusable dock on the Starbase.
Latinum now that
each player has to buy an extra dock on the Alliance Starbase, and then they can dock one ship to the Alliance Starbase.
No, that's gonna
listen, you evil genius, you in the chat. Stop giving Scopely ideas, all right? God, go work at like a mergers and acquisitions firm and lay off people's jobs and replace them with AI or something where your talents are better used. Goddamn, diabolical. Evil chat. The message wasn't meant for us, but we heard it anyway.
Yeah, and the last page is basically, this is their Instagram, Discord, other platforms like Facebook and Reddit, where they're posting images seemingly daily now up until the new arc. So the one on the right was the first one, incoming transmission, July 8th. And then the one on the left was from the other day. And there is one today, which is got Anson Mount in it again. So we can see if we can bring that one up. But I like that they're teasing stuff. Like, this is the most amount of teasing stuff without telling us exactly what it is that we've had for a long time.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of hyping it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Now they just need to deliver. They got a new, like,
yeah, that's the hard part. It's the delivery
look
part
to their thing. They got, like, it's pretty. They got some new mechanics. They're expanding exocomps, maybe like revisiting mining to make it more interesting. They're making the map be dynamic. Like, it's ambitious. They certainly feel like they're doing a lot. They're trying to do a lot. I mean,
yeah, and
yeah, go ahead.
It's all stuff they've talked about before as well, like in various Q&As and over the roadmaps as well. Talked about coming back to revisit some of this stuff. So yeah, and 6 months. Like, this is going to be over 6 months, so not everything's going to be day one, but there's a potential for it to happen. And I hope it goes well. And I sent you a snip of the today's T-3 days one with Anson Mount. If you wanted to bring that one up or not, that's up to you.
So Pike's going to be heavily involved in the first one, because that's three. Like, that, there's a lot of Pike references here, right? Like, yeah, there's Pike,
for sure,
and now this Pike. Well, I guess I can max him out with transporter patterns in anticipation of the event. That would give me points if he's tier 5. I've been thinking about getting him maxed anyway for a while now.
Yeah.
I also now have the badges thanks to
it's worth it.
To the con store. So that was nice. Ozzy has officially done his last show. Is that the actor?
Yeah, so that's the.
I really like the Pike actor. I thought he did a great job. And I like Stranger World started kind of slow, and by the end of season 2, I was just a Giga fan. I can't wait. Ozzy Osbourne. Oi, oi, oi. Okay, what? The dude is like 155 years old, and he's done more drugs than, like, you know, your entire, like, zip code combined. I don't know how he's alive still, but I guess he was still touring somehow. Like, my ass sits in this chair for like 5 hours, and I want to go, like, I don't know, take a sensory deprivation bath to recover my spine. But that guy is like still touring. I don't, you know, it's all that bat blood he's been drinking, I guess. People of that generation were just built different, man. People who lived through like wars and stuff, I don't know. They just have some, yeah. I hit 30 and my body just decided to start going downhill immediately. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. Right. Well, this is really cool. I shared this in our Alliance Discord as well, by the way. It's always really cool to see, like you did some sleuthing. Sure, I totally missed the Syndicate 65. This meta event, the mission being timed. There's a bunch of good stuff in here. If you guys don't already follow Morty, or you know, if you're not in his Discord, I don't know why I did that as a command. Oh my god. Oh, definitely do that.
should be by now.
Yeah, you're a mod. Make yourself one. Just be like billionaire's genius slash optimist.
Yeah, I should. Yeah. This is why I love when they do these type of videos. I know that, like, yeah, maybe the idea and the things behind them weren't very good, but the fact that they put so much hidden stuff in them that if you spend the time to go through them little bit by little bit, you're going to pull stuff out for like now the next 6 months. So I'm hyped. Like I cannot be more excited. Well, I probably can be more excited, but I wanted something different. Like Wrath of Khan was very boring in the second month, so this is a way to just have the game be super interesting. So I'm really hoping the execution is good. And again, they've struggled with that. But I'm on board, Mosh. I'm ready. Like, let's go. Let's do some stuff. Let's hit some IMSs. Let's fight people. Let's do it.
All right. I would love, like, Scopely's goal, in my opinion, should be to generate drama and storylines between players. Like, that's what I think would really make the game more lively. Like, during wars between alliances, spending goes up. And, you know, if I was an evil, you know, stock owner or whatever, I tell them to start putting, like, important resources and creating conflicts around them and getting players to compete for them. Because as it is currently, like, the optimal path for everybody is to get along and never attack anybody else's ships. And the only competition is with Scopely. And they need to, you know, divide and conquer if they want more of our wallets. But I don't know why I'm saying all this. I am cautiously, you know, pessimistic as usual. We'll see. I think some of the stuff looks cool, and if somewhere in here there's gonna be like some events where knowledge of game systems is gonna give me an advantage, like, I'll be hyped for that. That's what I get out of it for. Like, ooh, I can win this event that I'm not supposed to. That's what I get excited about. So maybe there'll be some RSLBs, but if it's like mining stuff where it's all, do you have the new ship, yes or no? I don't know. I guess I'll judge the arc when I see it. But that's kind of what I'm waiting to see, like, where it lands, you know.
Yeah, and think about play stories, like you said, like following on from that comment. A lot of that's happening in the Twitch space too. Like at the moment, you've got the vendetta between Barkman and James Bond about who has the best dojo. Then even me the other day in incursions trying to find D-Camel to fight because we're both Apex streamers.
Yeah, and
like,
Ryan,
okay, let's fight because we're fighting each other in incursions anyway. Let's see who's going to be.
Well, Ryan like changing the events at Scopely to end an hour early so he can get an undeserved first place when he knows I could kick his ass from here to Sunday. I mean, like, let's see next RSLB, Ryan. Let's go.
That's right, and these are the stories we want. Like, yeah, it's a game, but all the fun and excitement and the things that are going to last, I'm going to destroy Ryan. The game is what we did in it.
No, I'm going to publicly embarrass him.
All right, if you do, I'll share on my Discord as well so we can see. And if Ryan wins, what's going to happen then, Mosh? What are you going to have to do for Ryan if Ryan wins?
Did an $4 selfie skill? No, he did not just go there. That's it, Ryan. That's it. What ops are you going to be next, Saris? Drop the number now. Let's go. Just pick a number, any number. I'm going to go sell a kidney. I'm going to beat your ass with it. 60. Okay, fine.
I hear Ryan's moving to 60. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the fun. Do it.
Your mama's the fun. All right. Well, this was awesome. I have not had dinner yet, but this is very cool. Thank you so much for being here as usual. Is there anything else you wanna say before we wrap up?
Are we doing Arcfall? Yeah. So again, I'll be back for arenas on Monday, of course, but then Tuesday, Warp Drive 5 is doing the initial Arcfall, and then Ultra Vedica and myself are going to take on from when the servers go down. So basically, if you like Star Trek Flicking Man on Twitch, you're going to have like maybe 12, 14 hours worth of straight content from Warp Drive 5 going to before the arc, and then Ultra and I going up to a reset pretty much for when the arc drops. So we'll be going through whatever is in the patch notes. We'll look at all the new systems, and then we'll get the events drop 2 or 3 hours earlier, or maybe 1 hour earlier, because APAC, they generally give it to us earlier, so you can get a sneak peek at what's happening there. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be wrecked Wednesday, but Tuesday is going to be a really exciting day for Arcfall.
Yeah, that's actually
thanks, Mosh. Really appreciate being here.
A really cool thing on like when a new arc comes out. I'm always tuning into the Aussie streamers or the APAC streamers. So Ultravetica and Morty are my go-to. And I get to see all the stuff before it happens.